Hi everyone, welcome to Turk Fortune. I am Kaan Beylen and today we are discussing the legal status of Bitcoin and crypto assets according to regulations and court decisions in Turkey. The Republic of Turkey took an official step to regulate Bitcoin and other crypto assets on April 16, 2021 by issuing the regulation on non-usage of crypto assets in payments. This regulation defines crypto assets as intangible assets that are created virtually using distributed ledger technology or similar technology and distributed over digital networks, but are not characterized as fiat money, dematerialized money, or electronic money, payment instruments, securities, or other capital market instruments, according to its third article. For the first time, Bitcoin and other crypto assets are legally defined in Turkey under this regulation. In short, there is no enforceable prohibition or punishment within the regulation for individuals and merchants who are willing to accept Bitcoin as payment. Also, it is free to trade crypto assets in Turkish exchanges and completely legal to hold Bitcoin and crypto assets in your wallet. Therefore, Bitcoin and crypto assets are legal in Turkey. However, there are still gray areas which we will be exploring in this episode. So, let's discuss Bitcoin and crypto asset payments in Turkey. Although the regulation states that crypto assets cannot be used directly or indirectly in payments, there is no penalty for people and merchants who accept Bitcoin and crypto assets in return for goods and services in Turkey. However, banks, payment institutions, and electronic money institutions that provide services for the direct or indirect use of Bitcoin and crypto assets in payments can be penalized by the Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey. To learn more about this topic and how we came to that conclusion after communicating with the Central Bank of Turkey, you can watch our video on the Bitcoin payments in Turkey. Or you can read the related article on our website. We'll be leaving a link in the description below. Now, let's address the question: is Bitcoin money in Turkey? According to the regulation of the central bank, Bitcoin or other crypto assets are not money in Turkey's legal system. It is neither fiat money nor electronic money. Interestingly, there is no legal definition of money in Turkey either, so stating that something is not money while money has no legal definition is not a well-thought approach. Next, let's discuss whether Bitcoin is considered a commodity in Turkey. The law doesn't have a proper definition of a commodity, and the regulation did not categorize crypto assets as commodities either. Yet, it has a legal description of movable assets, which is the closest term to a commodity, and Article 762 of the Turkish Civil Code shows the definition of movable property as movable, tangible things and natural forces that are suitable for acquisition and are not included in the scope of immovable property. So, at the moment, there is no legal definition that shows Bitcoin is a commodity in Turkey, and the definition of movable property doesn't particularly match Bitcoin's qualities as it is an intangible asset. By reading the law solely, we can interpret that Bitcoin is not a movable asset or a commodity in Turkey at the moment. On the other hand, there are relatively fresh court decisions given by Turkish courts that may challenge the narrow borders of the law, and we will examine those decisions. Let's now discuss Bitcoin's legal status according to court decisions in Turkey. Despite the lack of proper laws, judges have had to be creative in their rulings. For example, the Istanbul 24th Execution Law Enforcement Court developed a new method to clarify how seized crypto assets should be sold and converted into money so the creditor can be satisfied. Contrary to our legal assessment and the law, the court considered crypto assets as movable property, even though Turkish civil law requires them to be tangible, and ruled that the crypto assets should be sold just as movable assets. The judge of the court of first instance ruled, although crypto assets have economic value, it is not possible to evaluate them as foreign currency. Therefore, the way these assets are converted into money must be done according to the movable property sales procedure. Another significant court decision came in 2020 from the Antalya Regional Court of Justice's 6th Civil Chamber, which is a superior court compared to a court of first instance. which issued a precedent-setting decision by adding crypto assets to a broad legal term called digital inheritance. In its ruling, the Superior Court mentioned as follows: digital assets are an undeniable reality. There are digital systems called cryptocurrencies that have started to be used even in international payments. It has been concluded that it will be necessary to determine the digital assets of the deceased, such as its digital wallet and accounts, etc., which express material value and which should be included in the estate and transferred to the heirs. This decision included all digital assets in the estate, including crypto assets and digital wallets, just as they are movable properties. This is a bold move by the court, since the law is clear that a movable property must be tangible. It is obvious that the judge wanted to treat crypto assets as they are movable assets so that justice can be delivered. The Turkish Tax Office has also published its opinion on the matter in September 2020. When the heirs of a deceased man inquired about inheriting their father's Bitcoin and the tax implications, the Edirne Tax Office categorized Bitcoin in the same category as money and bonds and subjected it to inheritance and transfer tax. This assessment is important since there was no law yet on this matter, and the tax office made a creative move and suggested the usage of the same method that applies to money and bonds on Bitcoin too. It is funny to see a government body pick the fastest way to get the taxes out of an inheritance and create confusion. So Bitcoin is not money, but it will be treated as money when it comes to paying the inheritance tax. In conclusion, Bitcoin and other crypto assets are legal in Turkey according to the current regulation. However, this doesn't offer a comprehensive or entirely clear picture of Bitcoin's standing in Turkey's legal landscape. The legal status of Bitcoin and crypto assets in Turkey remains in a gray zone on several fronts, and courts and other governmental bodies such as tax office are trying to identify it as a movable asset or money, yet the current legal framework is not supporting these interpretations. It points to the need for a robust new law on Bitcoin and crypto assets. That's all for today's episode of Turk Portion. I'm Kaan Beylen, and I hope this episode has helped clarify the legal status of Bitcoin in Turkey for you. Until next time, goodbye.